Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're going to do a little bit of a review, trying to be spoiler free.
Yeah,
We're going to
because
try to avoid
it's
that.
a game that can be spoiled.
It
Maybe that's
can.
a spoiler in and of itself that it can be spoiled.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess this all up. We are
Yes,
so
it
sorry,
is.
everyone.
Oh boy. But this is an escape mail, which is kind of similar to other escape room type games like the Exit series and blanking on the other one. Unlock series. But yeah, this one was sent to us by the people there at Escape Mail, and they provided us with a link that you can use to go to their website and buy the different episodes. We were sent the first two episodes, and I can't remember.
I
think there was like
12?
12 of them.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few of the episodes in this, and it's kind of a little bit different. Kind of differentiates itself from these other ones via the fact that they've kind of implemented. Well, I guess that part's not that different. Other ones have used technology, I guess,
Yeah.
but this one kind of lets the technology do a little bit more storytelling, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Trying to think, I'm like, what can we talk about?
Right.
But yeah, one part, yeah, yeah, they do implement some technology, and I thought that part was pretty cool to kind of
Yeah.
what it does with it. I enjoyed. It was different than the other kind of escape type of things that we've done. It's just a different way to present it.
Mhm.
But then a lot of the other stuff with
It's very
the
similar.
puzzle solving and things are very similar to
Mhm.
the other ones. So
Yeah, I'd agree.
yeah,
And yeah, instead of a box, it comes in just an envelope. That's why
Don't
it's
mind this.
escape mail. Don't mind that showdown. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, this one, uh, I'm always kind of, I would say, excited about any escape room
Yeah.
type games. I like that kind of thing. Uh, but yeah, I would say most of them. There's only so much you can do with a box.
Oh, yeah.
And I think with this, I felt like it opened up an
Yeah, I
opportunity
was gonna say, I think it opened a
of what
door.
more things you could do um, than some of the other ones, and that was something I really liked about this one. Uh, it just used and try not to spoil and try and I haven't played all the escape rooms, so I don't know if others
Yeah.
have maybe utilized it more. But this one felt like, um, yeah, it used it in ways to kind of tell more of a story and kind of,
Yeah.
um,
I feel like Chronicles of Crime has done some stuff with technology,
yeah, that's true.
and that's similar, trying to
That's true.
solve things and see different things that I think is similar to this.
Mhm.
But yeah, it does feel like it opened a door to, like you said, at a certain point with the exit games. Spoiler, but they do pull some tricks, and you have to think outside the box, maybe sometimes literally outside the box to actually solve some of the things. So then now it's just immediately look at certain areas of the product to try to see if maybe they've snuck something in there, and this one kind of just has gone kind of a different way, but while still kind of giving you that same original feel when you got that for the first time. And it's like, oh, that's really cool, that's clever, that's a different way to do
Right.
it.
Yeah, I would agree. And then yeah, the stuff in there in the mail envelope felt pretty similar to other things. I would say I don't know that. I feel like those could have just as easily been in an exit box. Like I feel like
Oh, yeah.
you could have put something like those in the exit
Yeah.
box, and it would have felt very similar to what
Yeah.
that was. So if you like those, you're going to kind of have some of the similar feels. We did play this one at 3 players with Michaela,
Yeah.
or go through it. I would say that this one maybe felt more like I would maybe have rather played it with just one or two. Maybe it's the feeling I was getting. It didn't like some of the exit ones that I played, you've played a lot more than I have, so maybe you have a better
yeah.
thought of it. But it seemed like in those ones you could kind of be working on more at the same time,
Yeah,
whereas this one there were some times where there was like it seemed like only one thing that you could be working on, and it's pretty tough to have everyone working on that. So
Yeah,
especially it says it goes up to 4. I think that would really kind of be tough. I don't know that that would work that well.
It did feel like there was kind of just one focus at a time in this one, where the other one, while you may not have been able to solve all the things at once, it did feel like you had enough of maybe like 2 or 3 different things for those multiple people to be working on.
Yeah.
But in this one, there were times where it's like, well, we'll give this to you, and then figure that out, or fill that out, or different things like that, and it's like, well, we'll get this answer soon,
Right.
type of thing. And so, and I mean, that's because
That
they are going
happens.
for episodes. These are, I would say, smaller. There's less to each episode, where an exit game is just a one shot, you're doing it, and I mean, not that this isn't one shot when you play
Right.
it, but it is part of a bigger thing
Yeah.
to where it is more justifiable to have less in there. Where if this was just this is it, which it can be,
Yeah.
if you do just want just maybe one package or one
Yeah.
episode, but if you are just gonna do one, then I would say get an exit game, because that has a lot more to it, a lot more puzzles, and like you said, you can just give a lot more people things to do.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say this one. I wish it had a little bit more, a few more puzzles, a few more things. And I think this was the. I think there were a couple different modes. I think there's like a regular and advanced. I don't know what the difference between those is. I think they sent us a regular, and I would say that overall most of the things seemed relatively easy. There were some
Yeah.
pieces,
There were a
but
couple times where it seemed the game helped you maybe a little too much.
oh yeah,
Like if it gave you like a hint type of thing, it seemed like it gave you a lot of information.
yeah,
Just a couple times for certain puzzles, but I was like, that would have maybe preferred like a little less and just try to figure it out a little more. And if you can't get it, then take maybe a hint or something like that.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I
But
think
maybe we're just geniuses.
we might just be geniuses. I would definitely say I would start with just if it does sound interesting to you, I would start with just one and see how you feel after that. Because I think you're gonna know then whether or not you like it. And yeah, I could see people preferring the exit games if they don't want. And I don't know for sure what the overarching story is. We only had 2. They were somewhat connected,
Yeah,
supposedly.
somewhat connected.
I'm interested to know if you did the whole thing, if there would actually be a full story, or if it kind of is just sort of connected.
It's like, and
Whereas
next time.
the exit ones are kind of like it's almost like they're saying like, oh, there's this guy kind of putting you in these, isn't there? Like kind of a little bit of story flavor
Yeah, a little
text, but not really.
Just a little,
Just to
tease.
pretend like it's
Yeah.
kind of in a connected universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you played all 12 episodes or however many, I don't know if it would feel then like, oh yes, it's a grand overarching story. But I do like the innovation that was used in this. I think, I think there's if they could just add a few more puzzles to it, and like I said, these are just the first 2. I don't know what the rest of them are like, but maybe a little less on the nose for some of kind of their nudges towards things and that a little bit. I think these could be really really good because some of the elements I wouldn't be surprised at. I mean, especially if the people from the exit games maybe were playing something like this. I think it would be a big inspiration point because I think they are doing something different. But otherwise, I would say when I'm comparing it and stuff, I would say my experience was probably around a 6.5 maybe. I'd say it was fun, but at the end of the day, wasn't overly long either.
Yeah.
And the exit ones, the ones that I've played, always seem like they've gone over an hour.
Yeah.
These ones didn't seem like they were as long.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I would say so. I don't know, what would my number be? I mean, I just love puzzles and trying to figure those things out. So I'd probably give that experience a 7. I enjoyed it, but I do think, and I am interested in more, but then at the same time, as just that standalone thing, I don't think I got the satisfaction that I get from each individual. If you're ranking them individually, each exit box
Right.
gives me more satisfaction.
Yeah.
By quite a bit, I would say, when you do
Yeah.
finally get to the end of those. It's like, oh, yes. Where this one, I'm like, I feel like that's possibly a little more later on, or just as you keep going through all the
Yeah.
episodes. I think that's more of the interest point in this one
Yeah.
versus just the standalone experience.
yeah, I would agree with that. Because I think if there ended up being a full story over the 12 episodes and it felt satisfying of a story, I think that whole experience would probably be better. But yeah, on an individual basis, if you're just getting one thing, I probably would go exit rooms.
Yeah.
But exit games. But Inca and Marcus Brand, I think, are the ones that do those. They're pretty good at designing games too. So, yeah. But yeah, we don't know if we'll have any other content with this because it'd probably be spoilery.
Yeah.
Otherwise, check out some of our other videos as well, or check out the link below if you want to go check it out, see if it looks interesting to you. You can check out their website and figure out if it's something that's up your alley.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to
Keep on nibbling
on our content.